Assalamu alaikum. In this video we are going to discuss about intestinal protozoa. So within the intestinal tract हमारे पास three important organisms infection cause करते हैं. First is amoeba, second is flagellate and the third is sporozoan. So amoeba में एंटामीबा हिस्टोलाइटिका आ जाता है. फर्स्टली वही सी के कौन से डिजीज़ ये कॉज करता है, तो उसमें अमीबिक डाइसेंट्री that is characterized by the bloody mucus containing diarrhea. And second most important is the liver abscess. लिवर एब्सेस में जब हम एस्पायरेशन करते हैं तो हमें एंकवी पेस्ट लाइक कंसिस्टेंसी मिलती है. एंकवी इज एक्चुअली अ स्मॉल फिश. If we see the clinical findings, there will be lower abdominal discomfort, flatulence, right upper quadrant pain due to the liver abscess, and in chronic cases there will be occasional diarrhea, weight loss and fatigue, and in some cases there will be the granulomatous lesion that is called the amoeboma in cecal and the rectosigmoid areas, and this amoeboma may resemble adenocarcinoma, and in some cases it is important to distinguish between granulomatous lesion, amoeboma and the adenocarcinoma. Its transmission, तो ये transmit होता है by the ingestion of cyst by fecal oral route in contaminated food and water, and the second most important route is the anal oral transmission in male homosexuals. If we see pathogenesis, ingested cysts will differentiate into trophozoites in the ileum, and they will then colonize in cecum and colon. They will invade the colonic epithelium and secrete specific enzymes that will cause the local necrosis, and then these lesions will reach the muscularis. It means they are invading. They reach the muscularis and then form the flask shaped ulcers. Then these ulcers further progress to the submucosa and invade into the portal circulation. So it means it enters the bloodstream, and by the portal circulation it reaches the liver, where the trophozoites form the abscess. So if we see the abscess, there will be trophozoites in that abscess. Okay. Epidemiology, it is found worldwide, and but it occurs most frequently in those tropical countries where there is the poor water and food sanitation. Then if we see the lab diagnosis, there is trophozoites or cysts in the diarrheal stools and only cysts in the formed stools. Then O&P test is insensitive. There can be also antigen testing, and PCR test detects the nucleic acid. One important point to note here is that Entamoeba histolytica trophozoites always contain erythrocytes because E eats E. It means that Entamoeba histolytica eats erythrocytes in the host, in the human beings. It means जब वो हमारे blood stream में आती है तो it eats some of या engulfs some of our red blood cells. Now let's see the life cycle of Entamoeba histolytica. As we already discussed during our discussion on the transmission of Entamoeba histolytica के हमारे पास कुछ जो cysts हैं in the feces, they will contaminate the food and water, and when this food and water will be ingested by the human body, they will reach the stomach. अच्छा, अब यहाँ पर एक important चीज़ ये है कि जो cysts होते हैं, they are non-motile, they have 4 nuclei. These are the important properties of the cyst. We are actually discussing the morphology along with the life cycle. So cyst will be non-motile, it will be having 4 nuclei, and upon excistation means कि जिस time cyst ने trophozoite में convert होगा उसको excistation बोलते हैं. तो एक्सिस्टेशन में हमारे पास 4 न्यूक्लाई वाला अमीबा इमर्ज होता है. ठीक है. One cyst will differentiate into the 8 trophozoites in the ileum, and these trophozoites will then colonize in the cecum and the colon. अगर हम trophozoites की morphology देखें तो it's the mobile form, and trophozoites multiply करते हैं by the binary fission, then they colonize in the cecum and the colon, and trophozoites will be found in the intestinal and extraintestinal lesions. Let's see the morphology of the mature trophozoite. So it will be having a pseudopodium, it will be having an endoplasm, a karyosome, ingested RBCs, ectoplasm, nuclear membrane, and a karyosome. Antibodies are also formed against the trophozoite, but these antibodies are only important for the diagnosis. See that infection is not only limited to the intestine but also extraintestinal lesions occur. जब invasion होती है हमारे पास large intestine की, तो infection portal circulation से liver तक पहुंच जाता है. So if the right lobe of the liver is affected, the infection can also be transmitted to the lungs, and then this infection can also go to the brain.